Liechtenstein's history begins in the dramatic alpine landscape between the Rhine River and towering peaks where human habitation dates to Neolithic times. Archaeological discoveries reveal settlements from 5300 BCE, with Bronze Age communities thriving in this strategically positioned valley. Recorded history commenced with Roman conquest in 15 BCE under Emperor Augustus. Romans established the province of Rhaetia Prima, recognizing the valley's strategic importance as a mountain pass connecting northern territories with Italy. Roman engineering transformed the landscape through road construction, including segments of the vital Via Mala facilitating trade and military movement across the Alps. Archaeological evidence from Schaan reveals Roman villas, temples, and commercial establishments, indicating prosperous provincial communities blending Roman civilization with local alpine traditions. Romans introduced advanced agricultural techniques, legal systems, and urban planning concepts influencing regional development for centuries. Germanic migrations followed Roman decline in the 4th–5th centuries. Alemannic tribes settled around 450 CE, establishing cultural and linguistic foundations of modern Liechtenstein. These settlers brought legal traditions, social structures, and agricultural practices while adapting to alpine environments. Their language evolved into the distinctive dialects still heard today. Early medieval Christianity arrived through missionary activities. St. Columban and Irish monks established monasteries, becoming centers of learning and cultural preservation. Christianization was gradual and syncretistic, blending Christian beliefs with Germanic and Celtic traditions. Medieval period saw feudal structures emerge that would define the region for nearly a millennium. Charlemagne's 8th century conquest integrated the area into the Carolingian Empire and subsequently the Holy Roman Empire, where it remained for over 1,000 years. Vaduz first appeared in records in 1150, establishing the settlement, becoming Liechtenstein's capital. Powerful noble families dominated scattered alpine communities, with Counts of Brabant and later Montfort controlling territories and building castles, establishing feudal relationships. Vaduz Castle, built around 1150 and expanded over centuries, became the symbol of noble power. These fortifications served as military strongholds and administrative centers from which feudal lords governed territories and collected peasant taxes. Strategic location along major trade routes brought prosperity and conflict. Merchants traveling between Italy and northern Europe paid tolls, enriching local lords, but this importance made the area a frequent medieval battleground during Holy Roman Empire conflicts. The Counts of Vaduz emerged as dominant local powers, while the lordship of Schellenberg developed separately in the northern region. These lordships would eventually form the future principality's core, though unification lay centuries ahead. Medieval society was predominantly agricultural, with peasants working small farms and engaging in seasonal pastoralism. The harsh mountain environment required cooperation, fostering communal traditions that would later influence Liechtenstein's political culture. The transformation from medieval lordships to principality began with the ambitious House of Liechtenstein, one of Austria's most powerful noble families. The Liechtensteins possessed vast wealth and extensive Habsburg territories, but lacked sovereign territory required for Holy Roman Empire Imperial Diet membership. Prince Johann Adam I identified opportunity in the Counts of Hohenheim's financial difficulties, who controlled both Schellenberg and Vaduz lordships. Through careful negotiation, he purchased Schellenberg in 1699 for 200,000 florins and Vaduz in 1712 for 290,000 florins. On January 23, 1719, Emperor Charles VI issued the imperial decree combining these territories into the Principality of Liechtenstein. Remarkably, no Liechtenstein family member had visited their new principality, regarding it primarily as means to gain imperial recognition, rather than territory for active governance. Early decades featured absentee rule. The Liechtensteins remained focused on Austrian estates and court life, governing through appointed administrators. This arrangement suited the local population, who continued traditional ways with minimal distant ruler interference. The 18th century brought gradual modernization despite remote governance. The population of about 2,000 engaged primarily in agriculture, animal husbandry, and small-scale crafts. The economy remained largely subsistence-based, though some surplus products were traded with neighboring regions. Napoleonic Wars fundamentally altered Liechtenstein's political status. When Napoleon dissolved the Holy Roman Empire in 1806, Liechtenstein suddenly became sovereign rather than subordinate. This unexpected independence required navigating complex Napoleonic European diplomacy. Prince Johann I, the first ruler taking active principality interest, aligned with Napoleon and joined the Confederation of the Rhine in 1806. This decision reflected pragmatic calculation. Given geographic position and military weakness, providing protection while requiring minimal military contributions. Following Napoleon's defeat, the 1815 Congress of Vienna confirmed Liechtenstein's sovereignty and German Confederation membership. This marked the beginning of more active princely governance involvement, with modernization programs improving infrastructure and administrative systems. The 19th century brought gradual economic and social development. Agriculture remained dominant, but new crops and techniques increased productivity. Better road construction connected the principality more effectively with neighboring regions, facilitating trade and communication. Educational improvements included primary school establishment, reducing illiteracy rates. Political development was limited but significant. The principality adopted its first written constitution in 1862, establishing basic legal frameworks while maintaining absolute princely authority, representing compromise between traditional monarchy and emerging democratic ideas. Liechtenstein's modern political identity crystallized during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Withdrawal from the German Confederation in 1866 following the Austro-Prussian War marked crucial independence steps, reflecting awareness that survival required careful neutrality rather than larger power alliances. The 1921 Constitution transformed Liechtenstein into constitutional monarchy, balancing democratic institutions with traditional princely authority. This constitution established parliament elected by universal male suffrage, government responsible to both prince and parliament, and guaranteed civil rights. Women's suffrage wasn't achieved until 1984. World War I tested Liechtenstein's neutrality successfully. The principality avoided conflict involvement, though economic hardship affected the population. More significantly, wars' aftermath brought fundamental international orientation changes. Austria-Hungary's collapse and Austrian economic instability led Liechtenstein to abandon its traditional Austrian customs union. In 1923, Liechtenstein entered customs union with Switzerland, proving crucial for future prosperity. This arrangement provided economic stability, Swiss currency access, and neutrality protection while preserving political sovereignty. The customs union remains one of history's most successful small state strategies. World War II presented greater neutrality challenges. Surrounded by Axis powers after Germany's 1938 Austrian Anschluss, the Principality faced enormous pressure. Prince Franz Joseph II, assuming power in 1938, skillfully maintained neutrality while providing discreet refugee assistance and Allied communication. The Principality's most dramatic wartime moment came in 1945 when approximately 500 Russian Liberation Army soldiers sought refuge. Despite Soviet repatriation demands, Prince Franz Joseph II refused extradition, knowing they faced certain death. This humanitarian decision demonstrated commitment to human rights and established important asylum precedents. Post-war period witnessed Liechtenstein's remarkable transformation from agricultural backwater into one of the world's most prosperous countries. This metamorphosis began with deliberate policy decisions leveraging unique advantages, political stability, tax-friendly legislation, and strategic European location. Economic foundation was laid through progressive tax legislation beginning in the 1920s but accelerating after 1945. Liechtenstein developed favorable corporate tax rates in banking, laws attracting international businesses seeking European bases without excessive tax burdens. Unlike pure tax havens, Liechtenstein combined favorable taxation with genuine economic substance requirements. Prince Franz Joseph II played crucial roles, moving permanently to Liechtenstein in 1938 as the first ruling prince actually residing in the principality. His presence provided stability during turbulent war years and subsequent reconstruction while actively promoting economic development. Manufacturing emerged crucially during the 1950s-1960s. Companies like Hilti, founded in 1941, grew from small local enterprises into multinational corporations. Precision manufacturing, leveraging Swiss expertise and German engineering traditions, became a Liechtenstein economy hallmark. Financial services developed alongside manufacturing, with banks and trust companies serving international clients. Political stability, combined with favorable regulatory environment and Swiss currency, made it attractive for wealth management and corporate structuring. This development dramatically improved living standards. Population grew from approximately 8,000 in 1945 to over 25,000 by 1980, with immigration supplementing natural increase. Full employment became normal, and Liechtenstein developed world-leading per capita income. Liechtenstein's political system evolved significantly during post-war decades, balancing traditional monarchical authority with democratic governance. The 1921 Constitution established frameworks, but subsequent developments refined the balance between princely prerogatives and parliamentary democracy. The Principality operates as unique constitutional monarchy where princes retain substantial powers unusual in modern European monarchies. Princes can dissolve parliament, veto legislation, and appoint judges while serving as head of state and national unity symbol. This system works through mutual respect between ruling family and population, built through centuries of generally benevolent governance. Parliament consists of 25 members elected through proportional representation for 4-year terms. Government, led by a head equivalent to Prime Minister, is responsible to both Prince and Parliament. This dual responsibility creates systems requiring cooperation between traditional and democratic elements. Local governance remains highly democratic through commune-level democracy where citizens participate directly in decision-making. 2 communes, Vaduz and Schaan, plus 9 smaller municipalities, maintain significant local autonomy. Town meetings where citizens debate and vote preserve direct democracy traditions dating back centuries. Prince Hans Adam II, assuming power in 1989, modernized monarchy while preserving essential characteristics. His 2003 constitutional reform strengthened princely powers while maintaining democratic institutions, creating democratic monarchy. Reforms granted additional veto powers and parliament dissolution rights while confirming citizens' rights to abolish monarchy through referendum. Despite tiny size, Liechtenstein developed sophisticated international relations securing interests while contributing to global governance. Foreign policy balances sovereignty, preservation with practical cooperation, creating small state diplomacy models. The Switzerland relationship remains fundamental. Beyond customs union, countries share currency, postal services, and telecommunications. Switzerland represents Liechtenstein's interests where the principality lacks representation, while Liechtenstein maintains independent foreign policy where interests differ. Liechtenstein joined the United Nations in 1990, marking emergence as fully recognized international actor. The Principality actively participates in UN activities, particularly sustainable development, human rights, and international law, making meaningful contributions despite limited resources. European integration presented complex challenges. While geographically and culturally European, unique institutions and economic models required careful EU negotiation. Liechtenstein joined the European Economic Area in 1995, gaining single market access, while preserving sovereignty and beneficial tax policies. Contemporary Liechtenstein represents history's most successful small-state economic strategies. The Principality built diversified, high-value economy generating exceptional prosperity for 39,000 residents while maintaining independence and cultural distinctiveness. Financial services form the economy's cornerstone, managing assets worth several times Liechtenstein's GDP. The Principality developed expertise in wealth management, trust services, and corporate structuring for international clients, building financial sectors on genuine substance requirements ensuring real economic activities. Manufacturing remains important, with companies like Hilti achieving global construction, technology success, and Ivoclar Vivadent leading dental products. These demonstrate Liechtenstein's ability to compete in high-technology sectors despite limited domestic markets. The Principality developed strengths in precision manufacturing, advanced materials, and specialized services. Companies serve global markets while benefiting from favorable business environments, efficient administration, reasonable taxation, and excellent infrastructure. Cultural identity reflects unique positions between German and Swiss influences while maintaining distinctive characteristics shaped by alpine geography and small-scale society. The Principality successfully preserved traditional elements while adapting to modern European culture and globalization pressures. Contemporary challenges include demographic changes, international regulatory evolution affecting financial services, European integration pressures, and climate change impacts on alpine regions. However, Liechtenstein's historical adaptability and institutional flexibility provide foundations for addressing these challenges while maintaining the success that the Liechtenstein model demonstrates that wise governance, strategic partnerships, and institutional innovation enable small states to thrive in the modern world while preserving sovereignty and distinctive character. This alpine success story continues inspiring small states worldwide while serving citizens' aspirations for prosperity, security, and self-governance.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more engaging historical content.